What was your question for Roman, you said?
Oh, well, he sent out a text saying that they were going to cover, somebody did like 6 intros and everybody paid up front and all that. So I was expecting to sit back and listen to maybe a little bit of that,
All
hopefully.
right. It's perfect. Good, good, good. Well, Roman, take it away.
Yeah, I'll cover the ad side and I'll hand it off to you for how you collected on all those.
Sounds good.
Perfect. So we have been using video ads instead of the standard static images. If you're familiar with that, if you've run your own ads in the past or hired an agency to do so, which those work okay, they work fine, but over time, Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram, always change up kind of what performs the best. And right now, it's video ads. And so what I put together is a little sample pack here of the exact scripts and kind of shots that we filmed in our Sacramento locations that generated what did we say it was, Dad, yesterday? It was like
They sold 6 trials in Carmichael yesterday.
yeah,
Yeah.
6 trials off the back of these in one day. So that's not like for the week. That means we had a lot more than 6 leads in one day, and we were able to convert those into 6 paid trials just on Monday.
Yep.
Hey,
And so
Roman,
if you
Roman, quick question right here. Hold the
Mhm.
phone vertical this way?
Vertical, yes. Yes,
This way.
because
Okay.
if you've been on Facebook or Instagram, you're scrolling vertically, and I'm sure you've seen video ads from other people pop up, and they're always vertical because that's the way you kind of consume content on those platforms, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So in here, and if you're a member of Warrior Black Belt, this will be in that group later today. I'll make a post about it and it'll have all of this inside. But this is what's working well right now. We're just holding the phone vertical, standing 6 to 8 feet from the camera inside your academy so they can kind of visually see what's going on right away. Got to speak loud, smile, be enthusiastic so that it's more welcoming. Like nobody wants to come into a martial arts school if you're like have a frown on your face and super serious. You're trying to appeal to the parents with kids or just anyone that's trying to get involved into martial arts. They want to see that it's a good time once they're inside. Good rule
They
of
want
thumb is to keep the videos less than 30 seconds. So 15 to 30 seen as a good range. Past that, you're going to get a big drop off on people that watch the whole thing, which means they're not going to hear your last little call to action to actually sign up, hit the link. And then at the top, for all those people that have their sound turned off, we have that offer, that 2 week for $20 trial offer with whatever you give away right at
now
that top. Go
the
ahead.
sound turned off. He's talking about the consumer that is scrolling with their sound turned off.
Right, thank you. Yeah, because not everyone has their sound blasted in public, and so we want to make sure that they can read and see and digest what's going on as well. And so here's a couple of the scripts inside. They're super simple, meant to just the thing that makes it convert better is that it's moving, it's dynamic, it's a video. They can see that you're a real person. They can see the academy. And then the words themselves, as long as you call out who you want as a student, they work great. So, as an example, it'd be Carmichael parents, 2 weeks of Taekwondo for $20, kids 5 plus, and we throw in the uniform free. You'll see confidence, focus, and respect in 14 days. We've got 20 uniforms this month. Tap sign up and grab your start date. So, super straightforward. You list a couple of benefits that they can expect to see, and then we add in a little bit of scarcity here just to get them to actually click that link by saying there's a limited amount of whatever you're giving away for free. And then we have a couple more in here that I'm not going to spend too much time on, but at the bottom, you'll see that we have some examples here. So let's see if we can pull one of those up and you can see what it looks like. And make sure I'm sharing my
Yeah, I see
sound.
it. I see it.
All right, so let's go with
Terrence.
this one. This one, Terrence.
Whichever.
Let me go with this one here.
Hey Carmichael parents, too much screen time? Trade it in for confidence in 14 days. Kids 5 and up. Friendly instructors, clear structure. 2 weeks for $20 and a free uniform. Tap sign up, spots go fast.
So nothing crazy, nothing fancy, but they do outperform just those those static images, which is like a graphic.
Right.
So I'll run through
Carmichael,
one more,
parents.
and then I'll hand it off to my dad to go over what you do with that new increase of lead flow and actually turn them into paid trials and then eventually students.
Carmichael parents, 2 weeks of Taekwondo for 20 bucks, kids 5 and up, and we throw in a uniform for free. You'll see confidence, focus, and respect in 14 days. We've got 20 uniforms, so click sign up and grab yours today.
And now, if you're worried about like the edits, the twirls, all that stuff, there's so many good editing apps that you can use right on your phone now that you're about a 5-minute YouTube video away from being able to do any and all of that with just like a pre-built template that are inside those apps for you. So it might look a little bit intimidating, but like it's a 5-minute YouTube video away, and then you're dialed in.
Yeah. In fact, the app those were shot on is called InShot, InShot, and it's super easy. Super easy.
All right, you want to take over what you do after they opt in
Yes.
there?
And again, you guys that are in the Black Belt training program, all of the step-by-step instructions are in that group, and you have access to them for free. There's Loom videos that show you, okay, click here, just say, type this in, do this. I mean, it's
That's
super,
for setting up the Facebook ads themselves.
yeah, super easy. So don't think, oh my gosh, I could never do that. It is so easy, so easy. And we walk you through exactly how to do it for you and your school if you're in the Black Belt group. Now, once the leads come in, now the work begins. We got to call the leads. And I mean, you can send them automations. There's a lot of marketing agencies out there that are like, oh, we do automate everything and we'll use AI. And they all have the same struggle, and that is the conversion rate sucks. Getting the leads is actually the easy part. Now that I've got leads, how do I get them to see through my eyes? Where again, like we talked about earlier with Tim Lucas here, I don't want them to think, oh, I'm just calling for a little fun activity. I've got to have a quality conversation with them. So it goes from interesting activity, could be fun. Oh, look, it's cute. Maybe I get a free Halloween costume out of it. I want to switch that from that to, oh, this could solve my child's problems. This could be the thing that we need to make a difference in their life and their future. And that comes down to having good communication, following the phone dialogue. Because the phone dialogue in the front end, I've got to be engaging with them. I've got to get into rapport. I've got to find out what it is they're looking for. I've got to widen that gap, make it a bigger deal so that I can now provide a solution. And now collecting the 20 bucks, that part's easy because we've had the right conversation to help them realize this could be everything and more. Why wouldn't you spend $20 to find out? Now, after we collect the $20, we're then going to allow them into our Facebook private group so they can scroll around and get social proof and realize that it's safe, it's fun, it's happy, it's clean. And then I'm going to make sure that they know how they will participate on day one. So to wear something loose enough they can move around in. And they'll say, oh, no, it's just for him. Yes, ma'am, I understand completely. But for the first day, the best way to support your child on this new adventure is to go through the tour and the orientation with them. And that's why I want you to wear something loose enough to move around in. Okay. And like, oh, okay. And it's kind of like, Tim Lucas, when you asked me when we did that little role play earlier, and you said, no, I got to talk to my wife. And then I just talked about the reason why we collect the money. And then I asked you again, didn't you feel the urge to just get your credit card out? I mean, people just need to know that it's safe. They need to know the reason why. There was a great book out there years ago, a few years back, written by Simon Sinek called Start With Why. When you tell them the why, it's easier to get them to comply because now they understand. If I just say, hey, give me your credit card number, no way, no thank you, no how. But if I explain to you why this is important and what this is going to do for you, and then ask you for a credit card, it's like, yeah, that makes sense. I'll pay for that. And the truth is, I've only got to demonstrate $21 worth of value to collect $20. Again, if the value exceeds the cost is always a concern until value is understood. The two reasons why they wouldn't give you any money on the phone is either A, they don't trust you, which means I gotta get better at my conversation, my dialogue, or they simply don't have the money. And I can't help that. For example, a few Saturdays back, I had a lady, she called in. I was there, I answered the phone. We had an amazing conversation, and then it got to the money. And she's like, "Oh, I got to pay that right now?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." And she goes, "Oh, can you give me about an hour? I'm going to have to run to the bank and deposit $20 so that I can give you my debit card number." Now, we can't sign up everybody. And the truth is, if she's got to run to the bank to deposit $20 to pay for this trial, she's disqualified. And I'm not saying that to be mean or judgmental, but the truth is, when she comes in, there's no way she's going to be able to afford to sign up on our membership. She's too broke. Now, I realize I can't help everybody, but I don't want to. Well, here's what happened. I said, "Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Let me remove all pressure. You know what? This is a membership that if it looks like it's a good fit, will review the full membership and invite you to enroll. But if now's not the right time to get started, hey, that's okay. You have my number. Call me when you're ready. We'll be here and we will be happy to help." Okay? And she's like, "Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you." Why was she was super appreciative. Why? Because I just let her off the hook and I didn't make her feel bad. Right? Let them land softly. If it's not going to go anywhere, help them land softly. Because I'll tell you, we've had a couple people in the last few months that have not enrolled and still sent us a referral. Think about that. It's because, I will follow all the steps. We go through all the cascading fallbacks to do our best to help everybody enroll once you're there. But if you can't do it, you can't do it. I can't fix that. Now, I'm not going to, I'm going to go through all the steps. And then at the end, I'm going to help you land softly so that A, you're welcome back in the future. And B, heck, you might even give me a referral. Let's find out. So it is about communicating, connecting with your people so that they see value in what you have to offer. Whether or not they can afford it, well, again, that's out of your control. So, yeah, Roman was talking about, our video ads are doing great. Yes, Don Duncan, it will be available. Oh, thank you, Roman. The leads are coming in. Now, every area is a little different. We have one of our private clients, Sifu Clark, who's down in Killeen, Texas. He's getting leads right now for $8, $9, $10. I mean, really, really cheap. Here in Sacramento, our leads are not that cheap. There's a lot more competition on Facebook. Roman, would you say our cost per lead is right now? It's like,
Across the 5 locations, it's between 15 and 22.
okay. And
So we
that's
have like a 15, 17, 18, 20, and a 22.
okay. So let's call it $25 to be conservative. We're going to spend $25 to get each lead. Okay. We're going to spend now Sifu Clark, he has to spend $8 or $10. We got to spend about $25, maybe a little less. So if I can generate, that means if I generate 12 leads, at least half of them will be good. So I got 6 good leads. And that costs me now $50 for the good ones because I had to pay for all of them. Only half of them are good. So I went from getting leads for $25. I know half of them are garbage, the other half are good. So now I've got 6 good leads for $50. And again, this is extremely conservative. Now I've got 6 good leads. I'm going to get on the phone with each one of them. I should be able to convert at a minimum 3 of those, half again. So half, half, half. So now I've got 3 people that are going to come in and they're going to do a tour and an orientation lesson with me. And at least 2 of those 3 will in fact enroll if I do my job right. But the best part is they're going to leave at least $500 on day 1. So if I did 12, let's do the math. And this is why tracking your numbers is so important. And we have a whole report system that helps you with that. But if I spend $25 a lead, I get 12 leads. What's the math on that? $300. And that $300 turns into $1,000 within the next couple of days, was that a good investment? Absolutely. Typically, we collect $4 for every dollar we spend on Facebook, on Meta, Facebook and Instagram. So if we spend $500, we expect to make $2,000, right? You don't get the leads for free. Facebook Meta is a pay to play. And that's why following the template to do your ads correctly is really important. And we give you that. And that's why doing the follow-up, calling the leads a certain way is really important because you want to get that conversion. Now, some folks' conversion is much better. I'm giving you worst case scenario. We've got guys that are getting an 80% conversion all day. So their numbers are exponentially higher. But worst case scenario, following the procedures, you can expect half, 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 half at a minimum. As you get better at it, you can do better than half. And if you really get it wound tight, you can convert 80%. But I did a call with a gentleman earlier today, and he goes, yeah, our conversion rate's 80% from appointment to a membership. Conversion rate's 80%. I said, that's really good, but I'm curious, are you collecting any money? Well, no, but we put them on a membership. Okay, so no money's being made. Well, they'll start paying in 30 days. What good? Okay, so you're buying students now? You have to be in business to make money. I'm not here to buy students. That costs you money. And more often than not, they never make their first payment. Instead, I want you to have a better system where you can collect $500 or more on their very first visit most of the time. And you'll have cascading fallbacks. If they can't do what you ask, you can help them. But it's so important because especially this guy, and what made it even worse is it was a month-to-month membership. It's shocking to me how many people are still trying to make money doing month-to-month. It does not work. Now, you can collect some money, but your profitability will be horrendous. So collecting money and making money are two very different things. So if you want some one-on-one help implementing anything we talked about, and you want the step-by-step plays to add an additional $20,000 to your academy, we've got that for you. Book a free call. The link is in the comments here. Click that link, check it out. And if you have questions or want to find out more information, or you just say, you know what, I'm tired of being broke, I want to make some money, then let's book a call.